If you're over 40 and your belly fat feels like it hired a lawyer, today we're serving it papers because a lot of people think the answer is more cardio. But after 40, your body doesn't respond best to punishment. It responds best to signals.
Did you know that after age 40, the human body loses up to 8% of its muscle mass every decade? According to research published in Current Opinion in Clinical Nutrition and Metabolic Care, that silent muscle loss is one of the biggest reasons belly fat becomes so stubborn later in life. And here's the part most people get wrong. The fix isn't more cardio, it isn't another juice cleanse. It's a simple 20-minute morning routine backed by science from Stanford, Yale, and the Mayo Clinic. Let's break down the 6-step morning stack that leading doctors say can help reprogram how the body stores fat after 40 and starts switching to fat burning mode. Hope you enjoy. Why belly fat gets stickier after 40. First, some quick context, because understanding the why makes the how actually stick. 4 things change in the body after 40 that make belly fat harder to lose. Number 1, muscle disappears faster. Harvard Health reports that most men lose roughly 30% of their muscle mass over a lifetime, and after 50, that decline hits 1 to 2% per year. That matters because skeletal muscle is responsible for about 80% of blood sugar uptake after a meal, according to a study in Comprehensive Physiology. Less muscle means more sugar floating around, more insulin released, and more fat stored, especially around the midsection. Number 2, stress chemistry hits harder. A Yale University study led by Dr. 𝗪𝗪𝗥𝗍𝗪 found that even lean women with more abdominal fat secreted significantly more cortisol during stressful tasks than women who carried fat elsewhere. The belly has more cortisol receptors than almost any other fat deposit in the body, which is why chronic stress seems to target the midsection first. Number 3, sleep quality drops. A landmark study from the University of Chicago found that cutting sleep from 10 hours to just 4 caused the hunger hormone ghrelin to spike 28%, while the satiety hormone leptin dropped 18%. Appetite for high-carb, calorie-dense foods jumped by as much as 45%, and adults naturally lose about 10 minutes of sleep per decade after age 30. Number 4, hormones shift. In women, declining estrogen during perimenopause redirects fat from the hips and thighs to the belly. Visceral fat can jump from around 5 to 8% of total body fat to 15 to 20% after menopause. In men, testosterone drops roughly 1% per year after age 30, reducing the body's ability to build and maintain muscle. Different hormones, same result. The midsection gets stickier. So the goal after 40 isn't to burn more calories, it's to send better metabolic signals early in the day and let the rest take care of itself. Here's how. Number 6, 2 minutes of breathing to lower cortisol. Before reaching for a phone, before reading a single email, 2 minutes of controlled breathing can shift the body out of stress mode. The technique is called the physiological sigh, and it was studied in a 2023 randomized controlled trial published in Cell Reports Medicine by researchers at Stanford, including neuroscientist Dr. Andrew Huberman. Here's how it works. Breathe in deeply through the nose, take a second short top-up inhale to fully expand the lungs, then let out a long, slow exhale through the mouth. In the Stanford trial, just 5 minutes of daily cyclic sighing outperformed mindfulness meditation for reducing stress and improving mood over 28 days. Even 1 to 3 breath cycles, which takes about 20 to 30 seconds, can produce a measurable calming effect. When cortisol is managed early, cravings are quieter, appetite is easier to control, and the body is less likely to default to fat storage mode. This step costs nothing and requires no equipment. It just requires doing it before the morning chaos begins. Number 5, an 8-minute strength snack. This is the single most important step on the list. Not cardio, not a long run, 8 minutes of basic resistance work. A 1994 study published in the Journal of Applied Physiology put healthy men aged 50 to 65 through 16 weeks of resistance training. Strength increased 40%, body fat dropped, and resting metabolic rate went up 7.7%, meaning their bodies burned more calories even while sitting still. A 2025 meta-analysis confirmed that resistance training in middle-aged and older adults significantly improved insulin resistance, fasting glucose, and muscle mass. Dr. Gabrielle Lyon, a physician who coined the term muscle-centric medicine, puts it bluntly. The current obesity epidemic is not an epidemic of being over-fat, it's an epidemic of being under-muscled. She explains that as people age, their muscles become anabolically resistant, meaning they need more stimulus, not less. to maintain and grow. The routine doesn't need to be complicated. Set a timer for 2 rounds, 40 seconds on and 20 seconds rest. Move 1, sit to stand from a chair, adding weight if it feels easy. Move 2, incline push-ups against a countertop or wall. Move 3, a hip hinge, soft knees, push the hips back, chest up. Move 4, a suitcase carry march, holding something heavy on one side and marching in place. Switch sides for the next round. The goal isn't to crush oneself, it's to tell the body, keep the muscle. And muscle is the metabolism upgrade that belly fat cannot compete with. Number 4, 5 minutes of easy movement. After the strength work, 5 minutes of easy, low-stress movement makes a bigger difference than most people think. An easy walk, some shoulder circles, hip circles, gentle twisting or ankle rolls, anything where breathing can stay through the nose and conversation would still be possible. This step taps into something researchers call NEAT, or non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Dr. James Levine at the Mayo Clinic found that NEAT can vary by up to 2,000 calories per day between 2 people of similar size. His research showed that obese individuals sat an average of 2.5 hours more per day than lean counterparts, and simply matching their movement patterns could burn an extra 350 calories daily. These small pockets of movement throughout the day are one of the biggest differences between people who keep weight off and people who keep fighting it. Number 3, delay coffee 60 to 90 minutes. This one's a small change with a potentially big payoff. The body naturally produces a cortisol surge called the cortisol awakening response, or CAR, which peaks about 30 to 45 minutes after waking. It's the body's built-in alarm clock. Dr. Andrew Huberman has recommended delaying caffeine 90 to 120 minutes after waking to avoid stacking caffeine on top of that natural cortisol spike, which he suggests may contribute to jitters, stronger cravings, and a harder afternoon crash. Now, it should be noted that a 2024 review in the Journal of the International Society of Sports Nutrition found no direct clinical trial testing this specific claim, so the recommendation is based on plausible physiology rather than proven experiment. If delaying isn't realistic, pairing coffee with water and keeping it free of added sugars is still a solid move. Coffee isn't the villain here. Timing and what goes into the cup are the levers. Number 2, a protein-anchored first meal. Whatever the first meal of the day is, whether it's at 7 a.m. or noon, it should be anchored by protein. After 40, the body becomes what researchers call anabolically resistant, meaning it needs more protein per meal to trigger muscle repair. Younger adults can flip that switch with about 20 to 25 grams of protein. Adults over 40 need roughly 30 to 50 grams per meal, according to research published in Current Opinion in Clinical Nutrition and Metabolic Care. 3 of the most respected voices in this field converge on remarkably similar advice. Dr. Gabrielle Leon recommends 1 gram of protein per pound of ideal body weight daily, with 40 to 50 grams at their first meal. Dr. Peter Attia, a longevity-focused physician, targets 1.6 to 2.2 grams per kilogram of body weight spread across 4 meals. Dr. Stacy Sims, a researcher specializing in women's exercise physiology, recommends 30 to 40 grams per meal for women over 40, with 35 to 40 grams consumed within 45 minutes after exercise. In practical terms, that looks like eggs plus meat, Greek yogurt with cottage cheese, and a handful of nuts, or even leftover steak from last night. The goal is steady energy, fewer cravings, and fewer impulsive food decisions later in the day. NHANES data shows most older adults hit adequate protein only at dinner. Breakfast and lunch typically clock in at just 15 grams, which is well below what the body needs to protect muscle. Number 1, optional but powerful, creatine monohydrate. The number 1 bonus step that most people over 40 haven't considered: creatine monohydrate, 3 to 5 grams daily. It's not just for bodybuilders. A meta-analysis of 22 randomized controlled trials involving 721 adults aged 57 to 70, published in Open Access Journal of Sports Medicine, found that creatine combined with resistance training produced an average of 1.37 kilograms more lean tissue mass than training alone. That's roughly 3 pounds of extra muscle. The International Society of Sports Nutrition calls creatine monohydrate the most effective ergogenic ketogenic nutritional supplement currently available and states there is no scientific evidence that short or long-term use causes harmful effects in otherwise healthy individuals. A 2024 systematic review also found creatine improved memory and processing speed, with benefits especially pronounced in women and older adults. For anyone with known kidney disease or complex medical conditions, checking with a doctor before starting is always the right call, but for most adults over 40, this is one of the most evidence-backed supplements available. So here's the full 20-minute morning stack one more time. Step 1, 2 minutes of breathing to lower cortisol. Step 2, 8 minutes of a simple strength routine. Step 3, 5 minutes of easy walking or mobility. Step 4, delay coffee 60 to 90 minutes if possible. Step 5, anchor the first meal around 30 to 50 grams of protein. And step 6, optional, 3 to 5 grams of creatine daily. Try it for 7 mornings. Track energy, cravings, and sleep quality. If only one step gets done this week, make it the strength snack. As Dr. Gabrielle Lyon says, muscle is the organ of longevity. After 40, it's also the single best tool against stubborn belly fat. What surprised you most on this list? Drop it in the comments, and if this helped, like and subscribe for more science-backed health strategy videos. See you in the next one.